Hi, everybody. I want to share this message and this content with you. So listen up. I wanted today to talk really quick about fear and facing your fears, as this is what I have been doing lately. And not only facing my fears, but oftentimes healing the past. Healing the past and also healing and reflecting on my fears from the past and not allowing the fears from my past to define how I show up in the present today. And also I have been shown in the understanding of those fears, oftentimes what I experienced, what happened in my past was related to what my belief patterns were, what my fears were. And so I believe that we are very powerful. And oftentimes, because of our fear and our reasoning for staying a certain way and not moving forward, is because of the fear and the trauma that we've experienced in our bodies. But the deeper truth is what we believe, what we've taken in as the truth. And even oftentimes, what we experience as well is a reflection of the fears that we already have inside. And so to move past that, it is powerful, it is enlightening to recognize and understand you, to understand your fears, to understand what those fears are, to understand what triggers you. And for many of us, it is oftentimes rooted in our sense of identity, is rooted in our sense of self, our sense of ego self, but we can have a healthy ego. I've learned this in studying and in research. Our sense of self and sometimes our core beliefs are rooted in fear. Sometimes our core beliefs are other people's beliefs, or our guardians' beliefs that got passed down to us, and oftentimes their beliefs, which is rooted in trauma or rooted in fear, that belief pattern we take on as our truth. And it takes a level of sovereignty, knowing who we are, knowing the truth about who we are, and not the beliefs that may have been deep-seated within us that was based out of trauma, that was based out of fear, that was based out of defending, and that was based out of fighting. And so there is a level of pausing. It's a level of understanding the self, sometimes how we're wired. It's also a level of understanding. Maybe the mind you might be triggered off of something from your past that might have triggered you from in the present, and might cause you to clam up, might cause you to feel defensive in any kind of way. And oftentimes, if you don't break that cycle and release that and don't agree to that, you end up repeating that same cycle. And it can be a trick, because when the brain is in survival mode, there are good chemicals that produces in the brain that says, yes, you're doing a good job in protecting yourself. But the brain often is, it's old, so it doesn't know how to shift unless you recognize and hone into the truth. You hone into the truth. So the brain might say that's true, right? But in your spirit, we recognize, well, what is the deeper truth? What is the real truth? And so this is why, they say you are not your mind. You have more power over your mind. And so understanding that is crucial. This is how we shift the paradigm. This is how we shift our cycles. This is how we shift our belief. This is how we shift the way we show up. So I hope that you got something out of this. If you would like to work with me, I also do one-on-one coaching in understanding fear. in understanding fear. I'll leave the description at the bottom. But other than that, that's all I have. Bye. Hey, Cub. Oh, how was your workout? I heard you barely breathing.